Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, James Sweeney, coming at you this time from outside the New York Stock Exchange. And as I'm sure you could tell, it's not just any ordinary trading session here at the big board, because I am currently surrounded by 8 of the most beautiful vehicles known to man that I've ever seen in my life. 8 beautiful Ferraris. And you've got to be wondering, why exactly is there 8 Ferraris outside the New York Stock Exchange? Well, the answer is simple. I'm so glad I'm allowed to do this. The answer is simple. It's because Ferrari has its first day of trade here at the New York Stock Exchange. And judging by the amount of media coverage, judging by the investor interest, I've got to tell you something. Ferrari is off to a fast and very good start here at the big board. And talking about racing, talking about fast cars, time continuing to fly by. You know what that means here at modernwallstreet.com. It's about time to end the session. I want to go home. I want to jump in one of these cars and get out of here, possibly even drive to Chicago. I'll tell you why later, because it's time for your Market Movers Happy Hour report here on the big board. Now, U.S. stocks, they're trading in a narrow range this Wednesday afternoon over inside at the New York Stock Exchange. This due mostly in part to investors continuing to take in a series of big corporate earnings, as well as this Ferrari IPO. Now, big companies that have posted quarterly results already include Coca-Cola, Boeing, as well as General Motors. Now, both Boeing and GM beating expectations on both earnings as well as revenue. At the same time, Coca-Cola sales falling short of expectations. Now, we had shares of GM and Boeing rising more than 4% so far intraday, while Boeing stock continuing to give back some of its initial gains. Coca-Cola stock dropping about 0.5%. Companies scheduled to report after today's closing bell do include American Express and eBay. Once again, a very big day for earnings. Investors also taking in the EIA oil supply report, which showed that inventories rose by a total of 8 million barrels, a lot more than expected. Therefore, crude oil prices down a little more than 2% so far this afternoon. Now, you team that with a weak read in Japanese exports and gold down about $11 a troy ounce, then you have yourself a session this afternoon at the New York Stock Exchange where decliners are just a touch ahead of advancers at the big board. Let's take a look now to see how the markets are shaping up to close out this very interesting, volatile, and fast trading session. And now we have to talk about the corporate news front. And of course, what else can I discuss but Ferrari? Its IPO opening at roughly $60 a share. That's a 15% premium over its $52 pricing. And if you want more corporate reports, check out our earlier modernwallstreet.com Market Movers report with our very own Lelda Smates. And now it's time to get out of here. I'm going to try my best to jump in one of these cars and drive off to Chicago, because tonight, Game 4 of the NLCS. In other words, I'm going to end with this. Let's go Mets, let's go Mats. Ferrari, beautiful New York Stock Exchange, beautiful job and presentation. And until tomorrow morning, I'm James Sweeney for modernwallstreet.com.